How does the brace promote neuromuscular integration and postural change over time?
Okay. Okay, Scott. This is the big question. So I've mentioned a couple of times that SpineCor is a postural re-education tool, and it uses the corrective movement principle to affect scoliosis in all three planes. So, what is the corrective movement principle? Well, the corrective movement principle is the idea position for that patient to affect their scoliosis. And to understand that, you need to realize that there are 26 classifications of idiopathic scoliosis. So there are 26 corrective movement principles. And so that's part of the upfront work that we do in determining uh, which classification the patient has. And once we know what their classification is, we then know what their corrective movement is to affect their scoliosis. So when we're applying SpineCor, we teach the patient their movement and we have them hold that movement while we apply the elastic bands. Now, the elastic bands allow for full range of motion. So the patient can move in any direction, full range, no restriction, but those bands very, very gently return them to the corrective position over and over and over. We tell them, and this is backed up by research, that when you're using SpineCor, it's essentially the same as doing 10,000 precision exercises every single day. So when you're doing that, when you're continually moving in a direction, that's going to get neurologically reinforced. Well, how's that going to get reinforced? The receptors in the muscles, in the ligaments, in the tendons, in the joint capsules, they sense all of this movement. They feed that movement up to the sensory cortex of the brain. Sensory cortex integrates that, passes it over to the motor cortex, and the motor cortex then sends a signal back down that, hey, this is the posture we want to hold. And that is how it is neurologically integrated. That's the part that we're we're trying to reverse what is going on, because when a patient starts the program, they have an inappropriate posture. The brain senses that is normal. So we're introducing a new posture. And over time, it takes a minimum of 18 months of this neurological input. But over time, with that new movement, we can create new postures. And that affects the scoliosis, hopefully curve reduction, but definitely stabilization.